but generally, U.S. people didn't understand why the North Korea is provocative. Yeah, for the making the U.S. people understand about that's I want to add on one specific part.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the autism.
Of course, I know that one.
Autism. Actually, the North Korean people is very similar to the autistic children.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, it's an example. In the one class, the two students quarreled each other, and then the one student bettered him perfectly, but another big guy came to the classroom and then stabbed something and then expelled him after caring of this guy. You know, I mean, it's a similar situation of Korean War. The reason why the North Korea heavily obsessed to possess the advanced, the arsenal or the ammunition or something, the missile, is because U.S. country expelled advanced, the cutting edge, the weapons to rehabilitate the Korean nation in the Korean War, and then those Korean soldiers was heavily damaged. Over 500,000 people was dead, I think so. But the U.S. the soldiers was dead as 37,000 people. Yeah, soldiers. And this is big difference between those concepts. But I mean, what the autistic children's action, and if you read a lot of the documents or some the expressions from the North Korea, it's very similar to the psychological problematic, children. They obsessed with something heavily, and then their emotion was very teetered, something like that, because the documentation or general expression is totally different from the normal people. I mean the psychological status. Yeah. So, what's the aftermath? The North Korean people was the total Korean. The before the war broke out, Korea was governed by the notorious Japanese government, and then those Japanese people, occupation, they exploited lots of Korean labor. Furthermore, they exploit the Korean woman as a sex slave to wage war in the Manchuria area in China territory. So, generally the North Korean woman, the northern part of a woman, was exploited heavily compared to the South Korean, because it is very near to the Chinese areas. But for the convenience sake, I think so. So, the 1 in 2 or 3 was exploited by the sex slave. The North Korean, the ancestors, I think so. So those offsprings or those the incumbents, the family members, had a big reprisal mindset against Japanese. Generally, they had very naturally. So, I believe in someday if North Korea outweighed in terms of military power, they can attack to the Japanese as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because the anguish is overflowing every moment. But after the colonization era was over, the conqueror attempt the Korean Peninsula. I mean, in terms of their perspective view, and then even they did wrongdoing to try to make this country as a communist country. It's a seriously wrong and fraud. But the problem is they were expelled again or conquered again, as if Japanese did. So the U.S. nation is similar to second Japanese nation in terms of their eyes, I think so. Furthermore, the trauma or the war scar is seriously deteriorated by the advanced ammunition or advanced war weapon. So, the traumatic peoples or the autistic such a children have the strong willingness to retaliate something if they had chagrin mind against that. Firstly, those two experience was mixed with from the Japanese colonization after that, and then the U.S. conquering to the northern the war engagement in at that time. So the North Korean people's mentality is that the war is not finished yet. War is ongoing. The scar or
it's like they want revenge. They want to retaliate.
Yeah, because they are severely at the time stabbed, but even though the U.S. retreated and then set up a new world order, and then the time was passed, but that is not a sense for the autistic patient, because basically the North Korean territories severe hardship from the colonization era of Japanese is very, very intractable long-standing Korean issue. Even though the Japanese paid something for South Korea as for the relieving their moral burden for sex slave mobilization, but North Korea didn't get it anything, and then the trauma was not finished. But after that, the U.S. gives another trauma to them by stabbing of the weapons. So probably the person who got the impact by some specific materials, and then those kind of people, so-called reclusive or autistic, peoples, can react of these, the materials which stabbed the autistic person, I think so.